now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
Katt Williams has revealed a bombshell that links Diddy and Chris Tucker to something far more sinister than Hollywood controversy. So let's not waste any more time. In essence, Katt stated that the Chris Tucker of today is no longer Smokey from Friday. He is a man with connections to Jeffrey Epstein's notorious circle, who hides behind his faith. Wait till we connect how Diddy's name keeps coming up in the same talks. If you think that's crazy, cult-like behavior, religion, and business secrets that seem more ritual than chance. Although Katt has a history of exposing dubious Hollywood activities, the way he framed Chris Tucker shocked people because it involved more than Tucker declining a movie role. It concerned what he might have observed or participated in those exclusive circles. Chris Tucker startled fans by leaving Hollywood at the height of his success, as you are all likely aware. He reportedly declined $10 to $12 million to star in Next Friday due to the script's usage of marijuana and foul language. Ice Cube even stated that it has nothing to do with cash. Chris wanted to maintain a wholesome and religiously focused image. That seems commendable on the surface. This is where Katt Williams changed the story, though. Chris wasn't simply declining Hollywood opportunities out of faith. He suggested, after being linked to individuals like Epstein, he was redefining himself and may have even been hiding behind religion. Consider it. Why would someone who made a name for himself as a smoky, humorous, marijuana smoking, streetwise guy suddenly start speaking about faith every Sunday at church? Was it strategy or genuine conviction? This is where things start to get messy. Chris Tucker acknowledged that he and Bill Clinton traveled to Africa in 2002 on what was billed as a humanitarian mission aboard Epstein's private jet. It sounds harmless, doesn't it? However, that aircraft was the Lolita Express, the same one connected to numerous unsettling tales.
Yeah, I did. We flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different. That was a humanitarian trip to Africa.
Yeah.
And I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know who plane we was getting on, but it was a whole bunch of dignitary people. We was with a delegation, and yeah, I met him, and you don't know people.
When questioned about it, fans picked up on Tucker's uneasy laugh and denial that he had ever visited Epstein's Island. When someone asks you about something so sinister, why laugh? And if you say you stand so firmly on faith, why even be around someone like Epstein? Even worse, Epstein's accusers, including Shantae V's, revealed unsettling flight-related occurrences. Additionally, smuggled images of Chris on that trip also feature him posing close to members of Epstein's inner circle, such as his longtime maid. Although Tucker hasn't been charged with any crimes, his closeness raises questions about whether he witnessed more than he has ever acknowledged. Katt Williams comes in at this point. As he approaches Club Shea, he drops the Chris Tucker bomb. From Epstein Island, it's a strong statement. He was serious. He was hinting at Chris's concession. And everything makes sense when you connect the dots. Katt's main argument was that Chris's dramatic change in appearance wasn't solely a spiritual one. It was planned. He claimed Tucker might have been coerced into silence after getting too close to influential people, and now uses religion as both a shield and a diversion. What this secret Katt is actually implying is that Tucker is not merely a devout comedian, but has experience with groups that function more like cults, as opposed to communities. We can't ignore this portion either, because Diddy's name usually comes up when discussing cult-like activity in Hollywood. Secrecy is a common motif, from the crazy freak-off reports to gatherings where celebs were required to check their phones at the door. And the link is here. On the surface, Diddy and Tucker are both known for being devoted guys, yet rumors about them persist behind the scenes. Strange alliances, ritualistic gatherings, and dubious friendships with influential people. Religion nearly seems to be the ideal facade. Insiders murmur about occult-style gatherings and people being compromised, while fans witness church trips and gospel phrases. since Diddy has been accused of establishing similar power circles where devotion isn't about friendship but rather about silence. Katt's decision to place Chris Tucker in the same sentence as Epstein naturally brings Diddy into the picture. The audience becomes split at this point. Some people think Chris is a sincere religious person who left after seeing too much evil. They argued maybe he saw things on the plane, maybe even at parties, and decided he couldn't tolerate it anymore. In that way, religion would be his way out. Others, however, are certain that Chris wasn't merely a bystander. He took part in it. They highlight his association with Epstein's jet, his abrupt withdrawal from Hollywood, his laughter during interviews, and the unreserved way Katt Williams criticized him. Furthermore, it becomes less of a coincidence and more of a trend when you include Diddy, who is currently being accused in a number of ways. Let's put this puzzle together. Doesn't it sound like cult behavior, the secrecy, the abrupt personality, changes the way outsiders who speak up, like Katt, are portrayed as crazy or bitter if Tucker and Diddy were both moving in the same elite circles and were accused of hiding behind religion while allegedly dabbling in darker stuff. Structures function precisely like that. In a single day, Tucker transformed from a smoker to a church speaker, from being a hitmaker to being besieged by rumors of occult parties all the time. Diddy changed. Both pads scream of people who did too much and saw too much, then covered it up with charity and faith. The weird part comes next. This isn't only about Diddy or Chris Tucker, if Katt Williams is correct. It's about how Hollywood forces celebrities to change who they are in order to keep secrets safe. Some, like Tucker, turn to religion, while others turn to business or politics. Is there a deeper connection between Tucker and Diddy? Silence buys safety in the industry a cult-like system. Because when you consider it, Diddy's denial strategies and Tucker's quiet seem strikingly similar. When confronted, they both rely on faith, shrugged off rumors, and sidestep direct questioning. Is it all a coincidence then? Or is Katt implying something that the rest of Hollywood is already aware of but is unwilling to publicly acknowledge? Ultimately, you have two entirely different perspectives on Chris Tucker. According to some, he was a man of God who left the spotlight after witnessing too much evil. Some perceive him as a compromised individual who is currently hiding in plain sight alongside Diddy, while others claim that he participated in cult-like circles. For this reason, you may come across remarks on the internet that go something like this: the Lolita Express was the same aircraft he used to transport Chris Tucker and Bill Clinton to South Africa for a humanitarian mission. Chris, hurry up. We don't need another Friday. Someone else commented. We require a brand new original film. The true question, though, is whether Chris Tucker was involved in it or just saw too much. Does Diddy's empire also conceal the same kinds of secrets? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this just more Hollywood smoke and mirrors? Or is Katt revealing the truths about a covert cult?